Okay. 144. Okay. What is the most important thing to answer a question is to know what the question is asking you to do. So when you read the question, something you must be thinking already, things must be going through your mind. So if the question says solve, the question is asking you for the value of the unknown. Okay? So for example, next thing, when you go to part A, you read the equation, then you must think, what is this equation saying?
Which is 144, right?
2 times x plus
144.
45. 145.
Okay, so as you read the equation, you should be thinking to yourself, Akshay, what this equation is saying, one of you go to the back. Quick, now. One of you go to the back. Textbook, page 144. 145. Okay, so when you are reading the equation, you must be understanding what the question is saying. What the question is saying is like telling you a sentence. 2 multiply this bracket is the same as 10. Okay, so you read the equation like what it is telling you. You can sit down, Ajay. You will be there for very long. Sit down. Okay? And when they ask you to solve, means they are asking you, what is this value of x that will balance the left and the right side, that will make the left the same as the right? So your answer to the question is, what is x? Meaning, how do you answer what is x? You answer by x is something. Okay? Which is why when you are given an equation and asked to solve, you are actually writing many more equations from the original equation. You are writing more equations until you get the equation x is what? Okay? So basically that is all about solving equation. So how can I from 2 times bracket equals to 10 write equations until I have x is what?
Sure, in exam, right? Which type of question we need to do working? Which type do we need?
What do you mean?
In exam, even you say some like some need working, some don't need working, right?
Everything is working.
Because you say not all need working. In the start already.
Essential working is needed. So whatever working that you need to do to get your answer, you must write down. Okay? You don't know what is essential, just write down everything.
Okay.
There is no use in skipping any steps or working.
But if we look, then we know already. Like straight like come on.
Treat it like you don't know. Okay? So how can I from 2 multiply a bracket until I get x? My x is inside the bracket. So the most straightforward method that you all know, that you all have learned, expansion, is what we can do to free the x out of the bracket. So that finally I can have x by itself. So now x is trapped inside the bracket. I must free the x from the bracket. I do 2 multiply bracket, do the expansion. Inside the bracket, there is a positive x. positive 1. So expansion, rainbow method, 2 multiply x, 2x. 2 multiply 1, positive 1, so 2 times 1 is 2.
Hey, why is it plus 2? Oh, no.
Okay? But what I want, the final equation that will give me my answer is x is what? So I only want x. I don't want this number on my left hand side. How can, if just look at the left hand side of my endpoint, my destination, I know that I don't want plus 2.
Minus away the 2.
Yes, so I need to minus away the 2. And because I minus 2 on the left,
Right.
equation left and right are the same. For the next equation to be correct, I want to minus 2, I must also minus 2. Then because I minus 2, to get rid of the 2, I will be left with 2x. Then we will have a minus 2. Okay? So 2x, I don't change anything that is on the left, I just simplify what is on the right. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2 times of x is 8. I want x, I don't want 2x. So just looking at the left, I want to divide 2x by 2 so that I can get x. When I want to divide 2x by 2, I can, because equation I do anything also can, as long as I do the same thing. So 2x divided by 2 become x already, 8 divided by 2 become 4. Okay, so I have managed to write equations. They give me one equation. I write more equations until I get the equation that says x is 4. Okay, which is what the question is asking me to do. Solve the following. Solve the equation means find what is the unknown. So my final equation is answering the question. The unknown is 4. Okay, so whether got bracket, no bracket, at the start point, you know your end point is like that. Yes.
Say I have another method for it.
Yes, there is another method for it. You can divide both sides by 2 first. Okay? If you straight away divide both sides by 2, you will get x plus 1 equals to 5. X plus 1 equals to 5 means I minus 1 on both sides. X equals to 4. Is that your method? Both is okay.
Sure, but if I write x, okay, x, like if I write 4, like x and then bracket, with the okay, x, okay, then beside is 4, which is what the x is, and then I write plus 1 equal 5, then I write 5 times 2 equal 10. Is it okay?
No. Totally not okay.
Why?
Never mind. Do my idea.
Because your one may be wrong.
Like what Shenle has just shown me. Okay. Your one got right equations or not? So cannot. Cannot. Because, okay, some of you are thinking, I just think, okay, 2 times 4 times 4 times 2, I don't know what you're thinking lah. But you're writing your own working. But when we are doing mathematics, we don't want to write something that only ourselves understand. What you write only yourself understand. You want people to understand, and the common way to write it is to write equations until you get the final equation that says x equals to 1. If you are doing your own working, you yourself understand your train of thought. But you give it to anybody, they also don't understand. You give it to one person to mark. Maybe this marker, okay, I guess he is saying this, I can mark him right. But another marker, he may not follow your train of thought. So he see already, just straight away mark you wrong. Okay? So we are writing things for people to understand. So you cannot just write what you want. You have to write it in a way that everyone who read it understands. And if you are writing equations like that, everyone can understand. Left is the same as right. 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 And x is 4. Okay? If you put this 4 back inside, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Yeah, it will make left and right the same.
You try and write it, it's okay.
No. Why your x suddenly disappear?
Huh? X over here, x plus 1 equals 5. Then 5 minus x. No?
Yeah lah, so no lah. Okay.
So you're making me confused on my own idea already.
You don't even understand your own idea. How do you expect someone to read and understand your idea?
Because you confuse me.
Too bad lah. No.
I think it's because now.
Because the rest you all have to do yourself. That means no book. No book, no paper. Okay. Again, they are asking you to solve this equation. So they are asking you what is the value of y. Okay? So finally, how do you answer what is the value of y? You already know. Definitely your final equation that you write is y is some number. So you have to write equations until finally you get the equation y equals to something. Okay? So after we have this thing in mind, we go back to the original equation, find where are all our y's. One of the term with y is here, 5y. Another term with the y is here, 2y. Why are you all looking down, looking at the finger, not looking at the board? Then later you ask me a lot of weird questions or questions that I already explained. Okay? I have told you before, you have to try to listen. It's a many to one setting. I cannot be talking, explaining to each one of you all the time. But all my explanation is meant for everyone. So look up, you have to learn. Or else for the next 4 years you will be wasting your time in classroom. Okay? The question asking you to solve means they are asking you what is this value of the unknown. The unknown in this question is y. To answer the question, finally, you will be writing an equation, y is what? That will just nice answer the question, Alphonse. Why are you looking here? Why are you looking at me? Jalan, look here. Okay? And because You want to solve for the value of y. Then you go back to your original equation. Look for all the terms that contains the unknown. One of the term is this 5y. The other term is 2y. So finally, we want to have y on one side. So if my y is inside the bracket, I have to free it out of the bracket. When it is inside the bracket, everything inside the bracket is the priority. We must think that they belong together. So 5y plus 4 belongs together. Okay? So we must first open up the bracket. So to open up the bracket, 2 bracket means 2 times of this bracket. Inside one bracket got 5y and got 4. So 2 times of this bracket, I will have 2 times of 5y, 2 times of 4. 2 times 5y, 10y. 2 times 4, 8. Negative 3 times positive 2y. There's only this term inside the bracket. So it's just negative 3 times 2y, negative 6y. After you have opened up the bracket, still what we are concerned with is where are the y. So there is this term with y, there is this term with y. This term got no y. So our job finally is all the y on one side, all the numbers on one side. So I don't want positive 8 on the left. Final answer, I don't have any numbers on the left. So I don't want plus 8 on my left. I will need to minus 8. Okay? If we do it step by step, slowly it's okay. Plus 8 minus 8 is 0. Negative 6y was originally here, so it is still here. Then I minus another 8. But right now, I still have y here, I still have y here. So I don't want this negative 6y to be on the right hand side. So to remove minus 6y from the right hand side, how can I remove this? When I have minus 8, when I have plus 8, I minus 8. If I have minus 8, I can plus 8. If I have minus 6y, I want it to